When I was little, I used to spend time between where I was born, which was Welch, West Virginia, and Cleveland, Ohio. During the summers, I used to go back and work the farm with my grandfather. My grandfather was a really hard worker because all he did was farming. This is how farming taught me to become successful. He taught me how to plow behind the mule. And when you plow, you tilling up dirt to create like a trench in the ground. And this dirt would come up on each side. You was creating those trenches because you had to put seeds in the ground. The seeds, little did I know, was the beginning of everything. The seed. In real life, when I put seeds in the ground, these are my dreams, my visions, my hopes, my aspirations. I would plant them all in the ground. I don't care what they are. You can start off wanting a bike. You can start out wanting to get in shape, one day graduate. Maybe you want to climb the corporate ladder. Whatever your seeds are, you start putting them in the ground. Now in life, it may take you, let's say a year going up, another year coming back, until I've got about 5, 6, 7 years in. Now, what has happened, the first row that I started planting the seeds in, well, some activity has started now. Now those seeds are starting to sprout through the ground. Now what you want to do in life is you want to continually plant seeds. After some years go by, you look back and those sprouts that started to come up. So now you got to go back and you got to continually water them. Then you just keep the process going. Well, you look back and those sprouts, they now stalks, but now you got to protect them. You've been nurturing them with the dirt, putting the nutrients on them. You've been putting water on them. You not only protecting them from birds in the beginning, which birds eat seeds, but now you got insects that come that want to eat your crop, your product. Those insects in real life, they're called haters. If you keep the faith, if you keep praying, you steady going back, putting seeds in the new row. Eventually, that row that you started 10 years ago, something that has sprouted has now become a stalk. And now it's starting to have corn come on it. Now what you don't want to do is go back and just start eating corn because you don't have enough to sustain you yet. You want to let your crops grow to where the corn is big enough so you can't harvest every year, not always. Sometimes it'll show up in a year. Sometimes you won't harvest for 5 years. You're never given a timetable for when your dreams and your visions and everything you work for is going to come to pass. You don't get that given to you. Sometimes a whole crop get wiped out because you got a drought. See, if you forget to go back and nurture them, if you forget that haters don't matter, that you got to keep praying and working, you got to keep plowing the field. You got to keep going back and forth because one year you're going to get plenty of rain and that crop is going to grow up and become the big stalks and have the fruit or the crops that you want on it. But you got to also understand that it can get wiped out. Sometimes it's too much rain. That's how life happens to you. But you got to keep plowing and planting. And you learn as you get older how to fertilize and nurture your dreams. One day, if you keep plowing, all of a sudden you look up and you go, oh man, what I had forgot has now come to pass. I look back and I got a field full of crops. Well, now you can harvest now. Now you got something to take to the bank. Somebody say, you know what? This kid plows so good. Let me give him the money for a tractor. You ain't got a mule no more, you got a tractor. And if you keep plowing and the crops keep coming up, somebody gonna say, hey man, you got enough money you done made off the harvest, you can hire some people. And now you got 2, 3 tractors going up and down the field. And you got crews of people that you pay that plant for you, that rake for you, that cover for you, that fertilize for you, that watch the haters, that watch the pesticides. Then you got people in your life to start praying for you and pulling for you. And next thing you know, you got a full-fledged farm going. You have employees. All of a sudden you got people cheering for you. So you just keep going. I have produced people around me who have learned how to farm themselves. And they go, hey, Mr. Harvey, I want to break out on my own and start my own farm. Well, I've showed you how it works. Good luck to you, son. Go over there and make it happen for yourself. And so my whole objective in life has been to plow, to nurture, to seed, to protect, to fertilize, to pray, to motivate, I become the person you see today. And even today, I'm still plowing, because you never know. After 6 decades of plowing, I got a pretty big field, and you will too.